Yep. They're back. They're back. We're back making more stuff for you. I know that we're getting lots of comments about things, and mostly positive, I think, aren't they? I think they make it harder now not to say nasty things. I hope so. They hide all the thumbs downs now. Have you noticed that? Yeah. So the reason I talk about these things a bit more in this intro is because this is the viewer request. Now, long-term viewers will know that about 1 in 4 performances at the moment we do a viewer request slot, and I have to say the requests we are getting. I enjoyed the last one because it was Shakespeare. I expected some silly stuff, but not only are we getting silly stuff, we are getting silly stuff and like you don't give examples. So SimonSparkles, I'm assuming his first name is Simon because I don't think you would, but I'm doubtful of the surname, put in a request this week that we do something from Japanese anime because it would be funny. All right, we can do comedy here if we have to. But then didn't give an example, Simon. So you didn't say, do this Japanese anime scene, do that, right? I DM'd you, said, okay, that's an interesting idea, what? Nothing, okay? So if you're going to make requests, you have to be responsive. Right, so what I've done, because I was like, okay, that's an interesting idea, I'll pick up the ball that was thrown at me there, and I would do my version of Japanese anime, what I could remember as Japanese anime. And what I've decided to do is delve into my own childhood, and we're going to do a scene from a show called Ulysses 31, which was a Japanese-French collaboration. Think about that for a second. The Japanese often considered the French of Asia. So it kind of works in a way. Collaboration based on the travails of Odysseus, but the Latinized version of that name being Ulysses from Homer's Odyssey. Okay, so at least we're digging into the classics a little bit. So this is from my childhood. It was a show that would generally get played at about 4 p.m, like when you got in from school. Start talking to these people now. So it would usually come on about 4 p.m, like when you got in from school, and this was the late 80s, and it was made in 1981, so they were sort of, it was already kind of repeating for us. And obviously it was dubbed because there would have been a Japanese version and there would have been a French version. And they didn't make any changes to the animation, so if it took the Japanese people, who I think were like the driving force, if it took the Japanese people not very long to say something, then you just had to make it work, okay? You had to talk faster. And we'll get into that when we get into the main scene. But I thought, just to get the feel for it, one of the things that this company would do is they knew that they wanted to make like a 24-minute episode, okay? But they didn't want to do all the work for that. So they had an overlong credit sequence, and they had a super long intro. So they did an intro every week, the same intro that we're about to do, followed by the theme tune, which was about 2 minutes, and you were 3 minutes in before anybody had drawn a frame or whatever. Right? They hadn't done anything, and they were 3 minutes in, and they knew they had a minute and a half at the end, so they'd cut it like under 20.
Classic.
Cheap.
Saving money, right?
Yeah.
Cheeky.
No, not the only show that did that. The original Batman series reused footage of the car coming out of the cave, sliding down the poles. Power Rangers had it was originally a Japanese show called Super Sentai that was then brought over to America, and they basically would film 10 minutes of Saved by the Bell footage and then just add it to the Japanese combat. And they would reuse those long sequences of robots transforming just to kill the runtime. It's a classic bit of saving money.
But they didn't, like Zach Morris wasn't in Power Rangers.
He could have been. That would have been a hell of a crossover.
Well, he did have a power though, didn't he?
He could stop time.
Everybody forgets.
Who's that?
Zach Morris, Saved by the Bell.
Is he the blonde one?
Yeah.
Ah, yeah.
He could stop time, couldn't he?
Is that anything about Bernard's watch?
Yeah, must have had Bernard's watch.
That's why that show was called that. That's the thing that people forget.
Bernard's watch.
Saved by the Bell.
Oh, sorry.
Saved by the Bell. Why was it called that?
If you listen to the theme tune, can you play it in your head? And I wake up in the morning, bloody, edit. I don't think I'll get there on time. It's all right, because I'm saved by the bell. What he means is he would go, time out, and everybody would stop. And he could walk around, he could stop time, and then so the whole point of the lyrics of the song in the theme tune are it doesn't matter that I missed the school bus because I can stop time and catch up to it and get on it.
Oh.
And everybody missed that because he only did it 3 times, and then they just turned it into a normal high school drama.
Mm.
Right, I didn't know that.
See, people don't pay attention.
No, not to Saved by the Bell.
Damn.
No.
So
Layers.
More.
Layers to that show.
Depth.
Right, so we're going to do the talky bit at the start. Okay? Right, now we need to dole out some parts here, because there's probably, there's 4 of us, and there's 5 parts. So somebody's got to do 2 parts. So I would say, unless somebody's is anybody I really want to do that? Do you know?
I'd love to be the narrator.
You want to be the narrator?
Just kind of classic paradigm.
Okay. Who wants to be Zeus? King of the
I'll
gods.
take Zeus.
Zeus?
Yeah.
Right. Right, you've got 3 left. What do you want?
I really don't mind. What's the next one? Shirka. Is that the...
That's a computer.
Okay.
So you have to be prepared. There's a slightly robotic voice.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. I can't do both because I'd be talking to myself.
There's actually 3 more roles.
Oh, golly. Okay, so...
yeah.
Oh, don't worry
Should I
about
do
that. We're only
Ulysses?
getting as far. We're only doing the intro at the moment.
Ah, okay, fair enough.
We're only getting as far as that. So I can do Ulysses.
Okay.
You do Telemachus.
Telemachus. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Let's go. Right. Are we ready?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Go.
It is the 31st century. Ulysses killed the giant Cyclops when he rescued the children and his son Telemachus. But the ancient gods of Olympus are angry and threaten a terrible revenge.
Mortals, you defy the gods? I sentence you to travel among unknown stars. Until you find the kingdom of Hades, your bodies will stay as lifeless as stone.
Ulysses, the way back to Earth has been wiped from my memory.
Father! Oh, Father!
You are alive, my son. And then they would cut into the tune. Ulysses. Right, then they do the whole, and that would last 2 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And then they would start doing a thing. So that was actually, so you've never seen it before.
No.
I've obviously transcribed it really well because the punctuation was pretty spot on there. The only thing I would say is if we did it one more time, I think all we're missing is just tweaks here.
Yeah?
So you were into that. I think that was pretty good. I would say just for the sake of accuracy, I would say the pace and everything was right, but you would be surprised if you watched it how slightly casual and nonchalant the narrator part is.
Okay.
It's sort of hey, and this happened, and what do you want from me? And that happened. And he's a bit like that.
So
Yeah,
You want it more relaxed or more panicked?
more relaxed.
Okay.
He's kind of just telling you stuff. He's like, this happened over here, and then this happened, and then that happened, and that happened. He's a bit like that. I liked what you did, and I think if we weren't, it's going down the route of impersonation, which isn't necessarily something you want to do, but it is a viewer request, and I imagine, Simon, even though you didn't ask for this, now that you know what it is, Simon, you'll want it to be like the thing it actually was. And I don't want to put words in his mouth. Heaven knows I'd like to, because then I'd at least know what anime he wanted me to do in the first place. Now you, pacing, punctuation, correct. American accent, oddly, for a god.
Okay.
For a god, and angrier.
Okay.
What's interesting is when he does it at the start, Zeus, when he does it at the start of every episode, he's furious. But when he does it for real in the first episode, he's actually more chilled. He's a bit like what
Okay.
you did in the episode, but for the start of every show, he's like really annoyed. And interestingly, you, slightly less robotic, because it's sort of almost cyborgish.
Okay.
Okay.
And your father line, just so like the kid you're playing is just like so thrilled by everything. He's like so he's sort of running towards his father. He's just like really happy to see him.
Happy.
Yeah,
Great.
yeah. So we'll
Happy
go
and young.
with all of those notes. We'll do this one more time. Go.
It is the 31st century. Ulysses killed the giant Cyclops when he rescued the children and his son Telemachus. But the ancient gods of Olympus are angry and threaten a terrible revenge.
Mortals.
Yeah.
Did I do something funny?
No, not you. My really bad American accent.
Yeah, but it was about right. It was sort
Okay.
of like his mortals.
Mortal.
Yeah.
Mortals. You defy the gods. I sentence you to travel among unknown stars until you find the kingdom of Hades. Your bodies will stay as lifeless as stone.
Ulysses, the way back to Earth has been wiped from my memory.
Father, oh father.
You're alive, my son. Do.
Wow.
Yeah, and then they.
That
Yeah.
was rich, I
Yeah.
feel.
He's kind of like I don't know if I can. Mortals!
Mortals?
You defy the gods! I sentence you to travel among unknown stars until you find the kingdom of Hades. Your bodies will stay as lifeless as stone. That's how he does it.
Right.
But without seeing it, I think you did all right.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah.
Ulysses, the way back to Earth has been wiped from my memory. That's how she says it. But you weren't far off, it was okay. And I think adding the nonchalance to what you did improved, or it got it closer to the...
To the show.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll do the first scene. We have a few more things to, like parts to dole out here, because we've got different parts again now. So, Priam, who is the king of Troy. Now, this is set in the 31st century, so everything's in space, even though it's based on Homer's Odyssey. And the Troy in this is like a gigantic spaceport shaped like a Trojan helmet.
Brilliant. Brilliant.
Love it.
Yeah.
And Priam is the king of Troy, which he is in Homer's Odyssey. So they've thought of that. They've said, yeah, we'll try and keep some of the names here. So we've got Priam, king of Troy. We've got Ulysses, of course. We've got Telemachus, who's having a birthday, and we've got Nono, who's the kind of light relief comic little red robot, who ends up being unbelievably strong and resourceful in truly unbelievable ways. Not good.
Right.
So who would like to be Priam? King of Troy? You want to be Priam? Yeah. That
Sure.
was a gesture.
I'm happy to play any role you want me.
Okay, well, you're playing Prime. I should probably be Ulysses. Because Nono's a robot, so we don't say whether it's a girl or a boy. Telemachus is a boy, but he's a young boy. So, you know, a girl's voice wouldn't work, so wouldn't be so bad.
No.
Right, so well, you've been Telemachus so far.
Yeah.
Are you okay to be Nono the robot?
Sure thing.
Double robots.
Yeah.
But it's a good skill, I mean, you know, because this is voiceover work
Obviously,
effectively.
Yeah.
I mean, it's important. String to your bow, really, isn't it? I mean, as an actor, voiceover work, because it's quite comfortable.
Unless
Yeah.
you don't want to be
Boring.
typecast, in which case I'm happy to play the robot.
I don't mind either way. Happy to do whatever's needed.
Okay, well,
Yeah,
you seem more
typecasting.
enthusiastic about that than you were about Prime. So, okay,
Oh, really?
you can be Prime now.
Oh, all right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Is
we
that
don't
okay?
want to know. I don't want. Look, one thing we don't do here is typecast. I think if
Yeah,
there's
that's
one,
fair.
if there's one thing we don't do, that's the thing, isn't it?
Hard and
Yeah.
fast.
People
Yeah,
are always
yeah.
saying that. Now,
Okay.
one of the things. Now this is important. One of the things you have to do here is think about pace.
Okay.
This particular scene, they had no time, right?
Okay.
So the English version is like, right? The Japanese version, they must have talked pretty quick too. I don't know what. The French obviously have certain advantages with their language because they don't really finish their words. So, you know, if you know any French words, like they write all these letters that they ignore, like the second half of the word they don't say.
Yeah.
So they can just say, oh, we'll just say the first three letters of every word and it'll be correct in French. So there's that.
Damn right.
That's an advantage. Right. So you're Prime, the King of Troy. So try and
Okay.
so he's a nice guy.
Okay.
He is a nice guy, but he's also important. So try and channel that. I mean, you're the king.
Channel
You are the King of Troy.
Okay. Cool. And you want it relatively pacey.
We have to,
Okay. we've
because
got
otherwise
to.
it won't fit.
Okay. Cool. What a shame you have to leave our splendid base here at Troy, Ulysses. I know that the situation is bad on Earth. Impatient princes threaten the peace.
Yes, Priam. You know the conditions. But if I don't return before the next comet streaks across the sky, my wife Penelope must choose another husband for herself.
I know Penelope. She'll devise ways for waiting. Before you leave, let's give Telemachus his party.
Right. Change your scene to an apartment where a party's taking place for Telemachus.
What is this? What's going on?
Happy birthday, my son.
That's me.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
My son.
Yeah. Sorry. about
Okay,
that.
we'll go from.
Really, I mucked that up. Sorry. about
You're Prime.
that. I'm Prime.
He doesn't
Just-
talk.
we
He does
just
talk in this scene, but not for a bit.
swapping
You've got a bit of
so many
time off
roles.
now.
Okay.
You're quite a way down, so watch for that.
Right.
Okay,
yeah. With you now.
We'll go from. What is this? What's going on?
Okay.
What is this? What's going on?
Happy birthday, son. All our friends are here in Troy. Oh, that's shit. No, go again.
Okay. What is this? What's going on?
Happy birthday, my son. All our friends here in Troy want to celebrate with you.
What is super cake? Thanks, Father. Father.
I promised you a surprise for your birthday, remember? All right, go on, blow out your candles.
Hello! I'm the surprise! Hello, Telemachus!
Telemachus, let me introduce Nono, your own robot.
A robot? For me?
That's right, a robot all your own! Here, maybe you'd like to munch on a small bolt!
Oh, wow, he's super. Thanks, Father. Father, thanks.
We're all delighted that you are pleased. Be careful, my friends. Be careful.
Don't worry, Prime.
All the same, be careful.
You. I don't know. I don't know why he wants me to be so careful. This is the problem that I had with the scene itself. Because nothing bad has happened, right? This is without, wanting to break away. Nothing bad has happened to them. So I almost feel like he knows something bad is going to happen to them. Because even when they were discussing, there's stuff to do on Earth, I've got to get back there. None of it was like, what was it? Somebody's being impatient. Yeah, impatient princes threaten the peace. Okay. But he's like, be careful. It's all right. No, be careful though. So it's like he knows something bad is going to happen. And later in this episode, something bad does happen. And the reason we're talking so quickly is they've got 20 minutes and there's so much happens in this first episode.
Mm.
And they're like, quick, get this out of the way. We've got to establish who everyone is, but then we've got to leave.
Yes.
I liked your robot.
Did I put enough energy into
It
it?
was about right, actually.
Okay, cool.
It was
Right,
pretty
okay.
much...
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting it to be that good. So if we go from...
Was
What is this? What's going on?
Where are we?
We're back at the party. Change of scene to an apartment where a
Oh,
party
yes.
is taking place for Telemachus.
What is this? What's going on?
Happy birthday, my son. All our friends are here and Troy want to celebrate with you.
What a super cake! Thanks, Father!
I promised you a surprise for your birthday, remember? All right, go on, blow out your candles.
Oh, I'm the surprise! Hello, Telemachus!
Ah! A robot for me?
That's right, a robot all your own! Here, maybe you'd like to munch on a small bolt!
Oh, wow! He's super! Thanks, Father! Thanks!
We're all delighted that you're pleased. Be careful, my friends, be careful.
Don't worry, Prime.
All the same, be careful.
You can rest easy. With Nestor and Euryclea, we couldn't be better protected. All will be well.
Remember, Ulysses, you are always welcome here.
I will never forget that, Priam.
Goodbye, Telemachus. Goodbye, my friends.
Goodbye!
Goodbye!
Yes, that's not a line.
Oh, I'm sorry, that was an ad lib. I just thought.
Do you want another line in there?
Maybe.
I think part
It's
of the,
good. It's good energy.
I think part of the problem is it's got to be fast. I'm really trying to be quick, and I think I can do better. I think I can go faster than that. So if we push through, and we really push, because we've got there is no time. I mean, if you see this scene, they've got nothing. They've got like,
Okay.
oh, quick. You know, get this. It almost would have been better if he'd not had a birthday.
Right.
If it had
Yeah.
been, so they could have got the pacing right. They could have said, "Oh, here's my son Telemachus. He's not having a birthday. He's like, oh, here he is. He's coming with me. Hi Telemachus. Hi there, Priam. This is my robot. No, we don't need to see the robot.
Don't even need
Like, they've
to
already got the
introduce
robot,
them,
and then they could just, breathe a bit. But they're hamstrung because the Japanese drew the thing and said, "This is the script."
Right.
So like,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay.
So this is the life of, when you're taking on foreign animation, and they're in charge and they're like, this is the script, you've just got to do it.
Just gotta
And
get on
sometimes performances suffer.
with it. Yeah. But not in our case.
No, I don't think so.
Not in our case.
Well, don't be arrogant.
It's okay to be arrogant. Sometimes.
Who told you that?
You did.
I never talked to you outside of here.
Maybe
Unless
I
it's
dreamt
on
it.
unless it's on film. Well, that didn't happen. Right. We will go from what a shame you have to leave.
Yep. What a shame you have to leave our splendid base here at Troy, Ulysses. I know that the situation is bad on Earth. Impatient princes threaten the peace.
Yes, Prime. You know the conditions, but if I don't return before the next comet streaks across the sky, my wife Penelope must choose another husband for herself.
I know, Penelope. She'll devise ways for waiting. Before you leave, let's give Telemachus his party.
What is this? What's going on?
Happy birthday, my son. All our friends here in Troy want to celebrate with you.
What a super cake. Thanks, Father.
I promise you a surprise for your birthday, remember? All right, go on, blow out your candles.
Oh, I'm the surprise! Hello, Telemachus!
Telemachus, let me introduce Nono, your own robot.
Ah, a robot for me?
That's right, a robot all your own! Here, maybe you'd like to munch on a small bolt!
Oh, wow, he's super. Thanks, Father. Thanks.
We're all delighted that you are pleased. Be careful, my friends. Be careful.
Don't worry, Prime.
All the same, be careful.
You can rest easy. With Nestor and Euryclea, we couldn't be better protected. All will be well.
Remember, Ulysses, you are always welcome here.
I will never forget that, Priam.
Goodbye, Telemachus. Goodbye, my friends.
Goodbye.
Yeah, your portrait is very joyful. And it does,
Very joyful,
and it
very
does throw me. I'm kind of, and actually, if you watch the scene, he's like, oh, this is nice, because my gift is going down well, and all of that. So I think that's it. Let's go from you bursting out the cake one more time.
Okay.
So I think we can nail it.
Oh, I'm the surprise! Hello, Telemachus!
Telemachus, let me introduce Nono, your own robot.
Ah, Oh, a robot for me?
That's right, a robot all your own! Here, maybe you'd like to munch on a small bolt!
Oh, wow, he's super. Thanks, Father, thanks.
We're all delighted you were pleased. Be careful, my friends, be careful.
Don't worry, Prime.
All the same, be careful.
You can rest easy. With Nestor and Euryclea, we couldn't be better protected. All will be well.
Remember, Ulysses, you are always welcome here.
I will never forget that, Priam.
Goodbye, Telemachus. Goodbye, my friends.
Goodbye.
Okay, so I think what we'll do, maybe if we can do it, we'll like play the scene and add our audio to it. So maybe we'll have the scene. I'll put the scene on the screen, which you will be seeing probably now. I'll put it on screen, and what we will do is see the audio added to it. So the scene. So I might edit this. So the scene is there on that monitor, right?
Okay.
And we'll just see what we did.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
So careful.
Sorry, just got angry.
So now we're going to, yes. So now we are seeing our voices dubbed on the animation itself, just on a monitor here, and you'll get our reaction to what happened. Okay. So enjoy what we did. Okay. It's there. It is. It's starting.
What is this? What's going on?
Happy birthday, my son. All our friends here in Troy want to celebrate with you.
It's so fascinating, isn't it? They're meant to be blue.
What a super cake. Thanks, Father.
I promise you a surprise for your birthday, remember?
Oh.
All right, go on, blow out your candles. Oh,
And that.
oh, little bit off there. Not bad, though.
Bad for a first week.
Yeah, I haven't seen that.
Oh! I'm surprised! Hello, Telemachus!
Telemachus, let me introduce Nono, your own robot.
Oh, a robot for me?
That's right, a robot all your own! Here, maybe you'd like to munch on a small bolt!
Oh, wow, he's super. Thanks, Father, thanks.
We're all delighted you were pleased. Be careful, my friends, be careful.
Don't worry, Prime.
All the same, be careful.
You can rest easy. With Nestor and Euryclea, we couldn't be better protected. All will be well.
Remember, Ulysses, you are always welcome here.
I will never forget that, Priam.
Goodbye, Telemachus. Goodbye, my friends.
Goodbye.
That was nice. It was a good job. It was well done.
Quite cool watching it back, actually.
Surprisingly, like in sync, really.
Yeah. I wasn't expecting that.
It's easier than you think.
God, it is, isn't it?
Because when you actually take all the audio off the animation, it's just
Yeah.
Yeah.
so you can kind of put anything in there.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So very well done, everybody. That was nice. Okay, Simon, I don't know if that's what you meant because you don't reply to your DMs, but we did some Japanese anime there, so we never have to do it again. All right? Thank you for that. Goodbye.